Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this seminar for like CCNA. Okay, I'm Shakil here. I'll be taking you to this seminar as well as to the course. Okay, so let us see what exactly is CCNA and why CCNA is so important for us to learn. Okay, to become the administrator, whether it is server admin, network admin, or maybe like if you want to go to like cloud administration or whatever you want to do in this networking field, CCNA is one of the most important courses. So what is CCNA? What we are learning in CCNA and what job opportunities we have once we complete our CCNA and what other courses we can do after completing CCNA. All these things we are going to address today. Okay. So CCNA means Cisco Certified Network Associate. That is what CCNA stands for. Cisco Certified Network Associate. Cisco is a company, like Microsoft is a company, Google, Amazon, HP, IBM. We know all these companies very well because we use them very regularly. Cisco is also one of the very, very famous companies we have. Cisco is a company that manufactures your routers and switches. Cisco is a company that is one of the biggest networking company we have, and that is this company manufactures your routers, switches, firewalls, and most of the networking devices they manufacture. Okay, so Cisco is one of the oldest company we have, and they offer you many examinations, they offer you many certifications, they offer you many courses, and Cisco courses are considered as some of the most important courses in networking field for last 2 decades actually. Okay, so again, CCNA means Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is a course, and this is known as actually CCNA R/S. Means CCNA routing and switching. What is this? CCNA routing and switching. Actually, Cisco offers you many technologies like routing and switching, security, voice, wireless, data center, cloud. They have many other technologies also. They offer many other courses also. So whenever they name a course, they name a course with like suppose a CCNA. With CCNA they add routing and switching. CCNP is a professional course they have. CCNP routing and switching they add, or CCNP security they add, or CCNP wireless. So like this, we have to say CCNA routing and switching is the course that we are learning. Okay, fine. So what we are learning in this CCNA routing and switching course? Now, actually, there are 3 major topics that we are going to learn in CCNA routing and switching course. One is your IP address. Second one is the router, and third one is your switch. These are the 3 major topics we are learning in CCNA: IP address, router, and switch. See, this is a computer network here. Fine. When you see a computer network have like routers, switches, computers, servers, firewalls, okay, printers, there is internet connection. There are many things here, right? Now, when you connect all these devices together, first of all, why we are connecting these devices? We are connecting these devices because we can share data. We are connecting these devices because we can share data, we can access internet, okay, we can manage them, we can control them. There are many advantages of computer network, but one of the major advantage we have here is we can share data with each other. Okay, fine. So there is a server there. Server has a special work. Server has a special responsibility in a company. Okay, there is a router here. A router has a special responsibility. There is a switch. Switch has a special responsibility. Firewall will do some work in a company, and we know computers very well. We are using computers for many years now. So computers has its own responsibility. So every device has a responsibility. Every device has a role to play in a computer network. So what we need to know here is what exactly is the role of a router, a server, a switch, a firewall, and all those things. I'll give a very brief introduction about server and firewall. Then we can see a bit more about router and switch, because our course is about router and switch. Okay, when you go with Windows Server Administration or when you go with Linux administration, there you are learning about servers. Like there are different types of servers. Like there is a server called DNS server. There is a server called DHCP server. There is a server called file server. Okay, there is a server called email server, web server, ADDS server. There are different servers available, and every server has a different responsibility. So whenever you are learning any server administration, like Windows Server administration or Linux server administration, there you can learn about all the servers. Got it? So without servers, there is no internet actually. See, right now we are connected to this class. We are attending this online session here. That means we are connected to some servers. First of all, we are connected to Zoom server. We are connected to like DNS server somewhere. We are connected to DHCP server. We are connected to some application server. Okay. Someone is connected to a web server. So there are many servers we are using right now. People, when they use internet, they are not aware actually how many servers they are connected. Once they say google.com, they are connected to Google server. Once they access gmail.com, they are connected to Gmail server. That is a Google's email server actually. So like this, every time whenever we access a network, whenever we access the internet, we are connected to at least one server, or if you are accessing many websites, that means you are connected to many servers. YouTube is also there on server. Facebook is also a server. So everything is there on server. Now within our company also, we have some servers. Some servers are there only on internet. Some servers are there only within the company. But there are many servers which are common over the internet as well as within the company. So again, whatever, when you go with Windows Server Administration and Network Administration, you'll be learning about the servers here. Done. Now coming to firewall. Name says everything. Firewall means it is a device that will provide protection to your network. The default work of a firewall is firewall will not allow anyone to enter inside your network. Okay. Without taking permission, firewall will not allow anyone to enter inside your network. It will stop unauthorized access. It will not allow anyone to enter inside the network. It will simply block it. So if you want to provide security, you have to go with firewall for sure. If you want to provide security, you have to go with firewall. It's a different codes. It's a different device. It's a different technology again. Like, you know, nowadays cyber security or firewalls and security, the term security is very, very important, right? We have to provide security for our bank transaction. We have to provide security for our data. We have to provide security for your websites. We have to provide security for the emails. So the security things you're learning with firewalls and some other courses. Done. So server is for something else. Firewall is for something else. Computers, we know why exactly we use computers. Computers are the end devices. Right now, maybe you're connecting through computer. I'm using a computer here. So everyone is connected to internet by using some machine, right? Maybe computer or laptop. Okay, from mobile phone also it is possible, but majorly in companies, we don't use mobile phones, right? We go with like computers or laptops. Now, coming to switch and router. This is what we will see in details now. What exactly is a switch and what exactly is a router? Because our CCNA course is dealing with this routers and switches. In CCNA course, we are learning about routers and switches. We cannot see a computer network anywhere, any city, any country, any continent, or any company. If there is a computer network will have routers and switches for sure. Or at least one router and at least one switch if it is a very small company. So routers and switches are the major part of our computer networks for decades, and it will be the major part for many, many years to come. Without routers and switches, we cannot build a computer network. Okay. So like I said, you in CCNA, we are learning about router and switch. Okay. So we'll go to router and switch, but before that, there is one more thing that we need to address here that is called IP address. So what exactly is an IP address here? IP address is actually a number that will be assigned on every device. IP address. Address means you can say it is a number. Like, you know, when you go to your colony, wherever you're living, every house has a house number. When you take the mobile network, every phone has a SIM card and every SIM card has a number. So why these numbers are used? Numbers are used for communications. Numbers are used for identification, right? Suppose I'm sending a courier to you. I'm sending some parcel. So I can enter the name there, like suppose Divakar or Gaurav. I can enter the name. But you know, maybe there are many people with the name Divakar. Maybe there are many people with the name Gaurav. Maybe there are many people with the name, like say John Cena. But what about the number? House numbers will be unique, right? House numbers or phone numbers will be always unique. So we have a number to identify a house, or we have a number to identify a phone number. In the same way, within our computer network, or I can say in computer network, we have a number called IP address. IP address must be assigned on every device. What is the number? IP address. There are, imagine 3,000 computers in a company. Every computer will have at least one IP. There are like 200 servers in a company. Every server has at least one IP. There is a router, there is a IP. There is a switch, there is a IP. Firewall, we have IP. Printer, we have IP. So on every machine, there is a IP address. IP address is a number that is used to make communication between two devices. Done. Without IP, there is no communication. That is the one thing. And the second thing here is, when you access internet, like you can connect to google.com, you can connect to Facebook, you can connect to many other websites, right? So whenever you connect to any website, you are connected again by using IP address. Google.com has an IP address. Facebook.com has an IP address. Okay. Gmail.com has an IP address. When you connect to like any app or anything, every website or every machine over the internet has an IP address. So normally what we do, we just go and say like google.com. See, once I said google.com, I am connected to Google server. But there is an IP address for Google. I'll show you how to check the IP. This is my command prompt in my computer. I'll use a command called ping and I'll say google.com. I'm checking communication with ping, with google.com. What is this ping command? We will see in more details when we go with the classes. But as of now, can you see a number here, friends? 142.250.182.46. I just copied this number. Actually, that is the IP address of Google server. What is it? That is the IP address of Google server. See here now. I'll go to browser. I'll paste the same number. 142.250.182.46. Once I press enter here, see, can you see clearly I'm connected to Google server now? Yeah, I'm connected to the Google server. Every website over the internet has an IP address, and every device within the company. I'm saying every device. I'm not saying computers only, right? I'm saying every device within the company must have at least one IP address. Now, what is IP? We know this. But what is that inside IP? There is something called IP version 4, IP version 6. And IP version 4, there is something called binary number, decimal number. There is a network portion, there is a host portion. There is, there are some classes, there are some range. Okay, there is a subnet mask, there is a public IP, there is a private IP. Then there is something called subnetting. Then there is something called VLSM. There are many things we need to learn in IP addressing, friends. IP address is one of the most important concepts you have in computer networks. I repeat, IP address is one of the most important concepts you have in computer network. Not only in CCNA, if you go with any networking course like cloud computing or security or, virtualization, or if you want to go with Linux administration or Windows administration, or if you want to go with ethical hacking, whatever courses you want to do, whatever technologies you want to learn in networking, one of the concepts that is there in every technology is IP address. One of the concepts that you should know for every course is IP address. But are you learning IP address in Linux administration? Or are you learning IP address in like cloud computing or virtualization or security? Answer is no. You're not learning IP addressing there. IP addressing is part of your CCNA curriculum only. IP addressing you will be learning only in CCNA course. But what I said, IP address will be used in all the other technologies, like the technologies I said just now, like, Windows Server administration, network administration, cloud administration, okay, virtual administration or Linux administration or ethical hacking. Whatever you do, IP concept will come there. But are you learning IP concept there? No. So where you are learning IP concept? You're learning IP addressing in more details only in CCNA routing and switching course. This is a course where you will see all the basics up to like advanced level of IP addressing here. It will take at least 5 classes, friends. In our CCNA, it will take at least 5, or maybe I can go with like 6 classes for IP addressing. That is huge, right? One topic is taking 5 to 6 classes, and just imagine how much we are going to discuss there. Okay, I'll just do one thing. I'll take you to my existing batch. This is the running batch, actually, one of the batch. If I go to IP address, now see, this is what IP address is all about. All these things we need to learn. IP address is one of the most important concepts that we need to learn in details in our CCNA course. I'll be sharing all these documents with you, don't worry, when we start the course. But as of now, this is one topic that we need to learn in more and more and more details. Okay, now done. Suppose imagine we have covered IP addressing from basics to like up to like advanced level or expert level. Now we are good in IP addressing. If you are good in IP addressing, friends, the advantage for you will be you can learn all the other technologies in much better way. Because whenever you see a computer network, whenever you see a computer diagram, the first thing you will see in that computer network is IP addresses. Okay, I'll take you to another computer network. It will be a bit difficult for you to understand what is here. So just try to like see the diagram, see the topology. No need to worry what it is showing there. Now this is the thing. In this particular topology, friends, we have servers, we have some security devices. Say this is your firewall, ASA firewall. This is some other device, data center device. We have a router here. Okay, and we have server here. We have switch here. We have computer here. We have so many devices here, right? But when I zoom in here, can you see numbers here like 10.0.0.8 here? 172.16.0.8/30. Okay, then I have some number here like 195.1.1.132. Or if I go here, I have all these numbers here again. This is one number. All these are numbers. What are these numbers actually? These numbers are IP addresses. See, we cannot understand a computer network without IP. Done. I hope you understood the importance of IP addressing here. Why it is so important for us to learn. Okay. Okay, finish. We done our IP addressing concept. For example, it took like 5 classes or 6 classes. We have done with it. Then we will enter into this router concept. I have just written the name as router, but it will take more than 2 weeks, or at least it will take 2 weeks for us to complete router. It will take 11 to 12 classes. So when I say router, I'm not talking about one class actually. I'm talking about 2 weeks of classes, 2 weeks of learning. Like what is a router? What are the types of router? What is an inside router? What is an outside router? What is the operating system in a router? What are the commands in a router? What are the protocols in a router? How to configure them? How to troubleshoot them? It will take 2 weeks for us to learn about router. Now, before I say anything else about router, I just want to show you something. Normally, whenever we say router, people think of this router. Generally, we call this as a router, right? This is your Wi-Fi router, or actually we should call it as access point, whatever. So this is a router we have in our home or office, okay, using which we can connect to the internet, right? By using this Wi-Fi router, we can connect to the internet. That's it. That is the only work of this device actually. So in CCNA, are we going to learn about this router? Answer is no. This is not the router we are learning in CCNA, friends. Router is actually this device. This is your actual router. You will not see this router in your home or anywhere actually. This router will be there only in companies. These are the routers, friends. They are looking completely different, right? Compared to the routers that you have in your home. Of course, it will be different. The roam is just a Wi-Fi router. It is used only to share internet. But by using these routers that you see on your screen right now, by using these routers, yeah, this is better. So by using this router, we can make communication between two branches. Imagine you're in a city like suppose Hyderabad or Chennai. Suppose there is a branch in South Chennai and there is a branch in North Chennai. So how to make communication between South Chennai and North Chennai? By using a router. Suppose one branch is in Chennai, one is in Bangalore, one is somewhere in Delhi. How to make communication between Hyderabad, Bangalore and Chennai? Again by using a router. Suppose we have some branches in India, some in Dubai, some in America, some in Europe, some in Australia, somewhere in Russia. How to make communication between all these branches? We can make communication between all these branches again by using this device called router. Router is a device that makes communication between two or more different networks. Networks can be there within the city or it can be there anywhere on the face of the earth. You know, when you go with big companies, they have many branches, right? Like for example, go with Google. Google has a branch in Hyderabad, Google has a branch in Bangalore, and Google has branches in many other countries, many other cities. Now, are they communicating with each other? Of course, they will communicate with each other. Take the example of any banking sector. Suppose imagine your family members are there somewhere in a city like, let's say, Delhi, and you are living in Bangalore. Can they transfer some money from Delhi to Bangalore? Of course, they can transfer. Can you withdraw money from Bangalore? Of course, you can do. So that means Delhi and Bangalore, they are connected with each other, right? So if a bank has suppose 10,000 branches all over the country, all the 10,000 branches will communicate with each other. And in every branch, there is at least one router. I repeat, in every branch, at least there is one router like this. So you should know what is a router. You should know what are the types of routers. You should know what is inside and outside the router. You should know how to configure the router, commands, protocols. All these things we will learn in more details. Like I said, it will take at least 2 weeks for us to complete the router concept. And 2 weeks is not a small time, right? You're learning something, you're learning about a device for 2 weeks. It means just imagine how many topics or how many things we need to discuss it. Okay. Now, coming to switch. Switch is another device that we will see in every computer network. Let's see how it looks. Cisco switch. This is actually your switch. Yeah, you can see here clearly. This is a Cisco switch here. And you can see the name is written here clearly. Can you see Cisco here? Or it is written here in a bigger way, Cisco. Now, what is a switch? Switch is a centralized device. What is a switch here, friends? Switch is a centralized device to which each and every device is connected. A computer is connected to switch, a router is connected to switch, a firewall is connected to switch, a server is connected to switch. All the devices that we have in a computer network are connected to switch. I repeat, each and every device that we have in a computer network is connected to a switch. So switch is a centralized device. So you should know what is a switch and types of switches first of all. Then you should know which device should be connected where. Computer should be connected on which port. This is actually known as port. This is a port. This is also one port. So there can be 24 ports on a switch, or there can be 32 ports, or there can be 48 ports. It depends on the size of the switch. Okay. So if there are 48 ports available on a switch, that means 48 devices can be connected. So which device should be connected here? What should be connected here? Where router should be connected? Where server should be connected? All these things you should know. And you should know how to configure a switch, and you should know how to manage a switch. This is what a switch is all about. Switch is a centralized device. I repeat, switch is a centralized device to which all the other devices are connected. All the end devices are connected. So we simply cannot make a computer network without a switch. I repeat here, friends, We simply cannot make a computer network without a switch. Got it? So whatever the size of the network may be, there are 20 computers or even there are like 20,000 computers. It does not matter now. If there are 20,000 computers also, there will be a switch for sure. And there will be like multiple switches and many switches actually. There can be some hundreds of switches within one network. I'll just show you a small computer network, or maybe rather a big network actually. See, this is a computer network where this person is connecting cables here. If I zoom in here and if I show you, these are the switches here. Can you see? All these are switches where he is connecting cables. These are the switches. So like this, see how many switches we have. These are switches, these are switches, these are switches. So this is a huge data center and he is making a rack there. He is making the data center there. All these are switches. And you can see this green color one, these are the cables. And these cables will be connected to some XYZ device. One cable may go to router, one may go to computer, one may go to switch, one may go to router, one may go to another switch. So like this, everything is connected there. So what is a switch? The types of switches, how to configure switch and how to troubleshoot switch. All these things we are going to learn in our CCNA switching concept. It will take around 1 week for us to complete this switching, or 1 week for us to learn about this switching. So IP address will take 1 week, router will take 2 weeks, and switch will take 1 week. And we still have some topics which will take around like 3-4 classes or 5 classes. So totally this course is for 35 days. It is for 35 days. And whatever we are learning in this course, the major topics I told you already, IP address, router and switch. But beside this, we have like many more topics, like there is something called OS reference model. There is something called NAT, PAT. You know, when you face interviews anywhere on any technology, whether it is on like cloud computing or whether it is like on security or even server administration, you will face questions from this OS reference model and NAT, PAT. OS reference model is one of the most important topic that you're going to learn. This topic you're learning only in CCNA. Once you go to server administration, network, once you go to cloud administration and security administration, you're not learning OS reference model there. You're learning only in CCNA. But you should know the OS reference model to crack any interview. In my 13-14 years of career, I have not seen any interview where they have not asked questions from OS reference model. Like they may ask you like, what is a port number? They may ask you like, what is the port number of DHCP? What is the port number of HTTP? What is the port number of HTTPS? Okay, what is a service? All these questions they will ask you. And where you are learning about ports and port numbers and services and all those things, we are learning in OS reference model. And there is one more concept called network address translation. Whenever you go with cloud computing or security, this concept will be used there again. Network address translation or port address translation. It will be used for sure. But are you going to learn there in more details? You're going to learn, but not in details. From basic to details, you're learning only in CCNA. So with the knowledge of CCNA, friends, with the concept of CCNA, first of all, you will get a job anywhere. Every company needs a network administrator for sure. So you're eligible to get a job in any company. That is your first thing. And the second thing here is to learn any other technology like cloud computing or security. With CCNA knowledge, those technologies will look much better and much easier actually. So CCNA course in a way is mandatory for you to learn. Okay, CCNA course, we are learning major topics like IP addressing, router, switch, OS reference model, NAT, PAT, and there are some more topics. The complete curriculum will be shared with the management. They will share all the details like what exactly you're learning in the CCNA course. So all the details will be shared with them. But as of now, I can say CCNA is one of the most important course that you will learn in your career. And whatever you're learning in CCNA, these concepts will be there for you for rest of your career. Whatever you do in your networking career, if we can go for like CCNP and CCI or security or cloud computing, still these concepts are mandatory for you to learn. Okay, So I hope you understood what exactly is CCNA now, what we are learning and why it is so important for us to learn CCNA. Okay. Now, one more thing I need to say you here. There is a chat box here. I'll be sending a message in chat box now. I'm just saying hello there. If you have any questions, any doubts, you can send me a message in this chat box. I'll come to each and every question. Not only today, till the end of our course, the chat box will be always open. So whenever there is a doubt, whenever there is a question, or whenever you want to say something, please send me a message in the chat box. I'll address your question. I'll address each and every question. Okay, so please take your time, just take 30 seconds, just try to understand what we have said about CCNA in last 30 minutes or 35 minutes. And if you still have any doubts, any questions, any queries, please feel free to send your questions. I'm repeating again, friends, this is a seminar. It is just a, introduction to CCNA. This is not our regular class. This is just a very simple seminar. Okay. And not only today, like I said, you till the end of the course, the chat box will be open. You should always keep chat box busy. If there is a smallest of doubt also, you should send me a question there. You should not take doubts from here. Then there is no use of like attending any class, right? What is the advantage of attending a class with a trainer? The advantage is you can clear your doubt at that moment only. That is the biggest advantage you have. Just try to use your chat box as much as possible. Okay, so before I move to some other topic, I'll just take a break for like 30 seconds. And if you have any doubt here, any questions, we'll just see that. And then we can move to the next part of our seminar. So over to you now. Okay, there is a very good question coming here. Only 3 topics. I said these are the 3 major topics, right? If I say IP address, I'm discussing for 1 week. Now just imagine how much we are learning in IP addressing. If I say router, I'm discussing for like 2 weeks. Just imagine how much we are learning in router for 2 weeks. I said these are the 3 major topics. Whenever you go with any course, every course has a, structure. Like if you go with like cloud computing, there are 5 major topics in cloud computing. But when I start counting the topics under each major topics, it will take like, more time for me to like count everything. So what I'm saying, these are the 3 things. Okay. In router, there are many topics. In switch, there are many topics. In IP addressing, there are many topics. So for all the details, the management will share you the email once we finish our seminar. They will send you the email, and in that email, all the details will be available. What we are learning in CCNA, how many topics or how many concepts we are going to learn in CCNA, it will discuss. But coming to your question, only 3 topics. Yes, these are the 3 major topics. And these 3 major topics has many subtopics. Okay, there is one more question here. Like one of our friend is saying like he is a fresher. He don't have any knowledge, and right now he's pursuing like say BCA, Bachelor of Computer Application. Do I eligible to take CCNA course? CCNA course is designed for like a person who is completely new to the technology. CCNA is one of the first courses a person will do when he start the networking career. So if we have zero knowledge, see, every person knows how to operate a computer, right? How to use a computer, that we know very well. So if you know how to use a computer, you are 100% eligible to join in CCNA course, because starting 2-3 classes, I'll be taking all the basics of your networking. Whatever is needed for you, those basics will be covered in 2 to 3 classes. Before we enter into IP address concept, we will cover the basics so that every person is 100% ready to learn the CCNA course. So there is no prerequisites needed for CCNA course. If you are a fresher, just with a graduation, any graduation, maybe it can be BCom also, or maybe it can be BA. I'm not saying BE, I'm saying BA. It can be anything. You just need to have some computer knowledge, then you are 100% eligible to learn the CCNA course. So what I do here, instead of starting IP addressing on day 1, I'll just take 3 classes about computer networks, like what is a network, how to connect the devices, what are the types of networks we have, what devices we use, okay, how to connect Hyderabad to like Delhi, or how to connect Delhi to like Dubai, how to connect Dubai to like London. All these things I'll be discussing like for 3 days. I'll make a person ready within like 3 days to learn any course, or I'll make a person ready within 3 days to learn CCNA. So if you are a fresher also, no need to worry. Freshers will learn CCNA actually. This course is designed for freshers. And this course is also designed for people who have knowledge of networking. Like some people are maybe pursuing cloud computing. But when they go with cloud computing, there are certain topics in cloud computing like VPC. When you go with VPC topic, it will take 1 week for me to discuss VPC actually. So when you go with VPC topic, you're discussing about IP addressing, routers, and all those things. So many people who come and join CCNA course are the people who have already completed cloud computing, but they are confused in many topics. They are confused in many topics. So the trainer will say like, okay, go and learn CCNA first, then it will be easy for you to understand cloud computing. So CCNA is for everyone. And if you're a fresher, CCNA is the best course from where you can start your career. Done? Okay, Ramesh, we have not discussed much about actually. So, okay. The class timings will be, first of all, the course is for like 35 days. And the class we are starting from 8:30. Every day it is at 8:30 a.m. That is the time. And from Tuesday, we are starting the class. And this is not weekend class. This is weekday. This is from Monday to Friday. In some cases, we will take classes on Saturdays also, but it is at least between Monday to Friday. Okay, but this class I'm starting from Tuesday. Monday I'm taking some other classes, but I'm not taking your class. Once we finish seminar, we need 1 day for the management to like talk to all the people and arrange the timings and all those things. So we need 1 day for that. So we are starting the course from Tuesday. But like I said you, classes will be there from Monday to Friday. And in some cases, Saturday also we take the class. Sunday will be off for sure. And please, no need to say like, okay, no need to think like these are the only 3 topics we are learning. I said these are the 3 major topics, right? So if you want to go in details of this course, please just contact the management once you finish our class. Then they will share all the details with you. Then you can select what you're learning. In Swift, there is something called MAC address table. There is something called, collision domain, broadcast domain. And then we have like something called VLANs, VTPs, trunking, port security. There are many topics there. Okay. Can you please, okay, I'm sending a message here in the chat box. Fee is this much. Can you see the message there, please? In the chat box, there is the fees, but still I cannot discuss fees here. Okay, right now there is your offer, so they are offering this much fees. Till now there is a festival season, right? So there are some offers here. Maybe offer like 10 days or 1 month or so, they may increase the fees, but right now there is a fees. The fees I have already sent you in the chat box. Please see the fees. Weekday means it is from Monday to Friday, and in some cases it is on Saturday also. That is our schedule. Okay, any other questions, friends? Any other questions, any other doubts here? Okay, once we finish our CCNA course, what we can do? Like I need to share this information with you. Actually, Cisco, they offer courses in 3 layers. There is an associate layer, there is a professional layer, and there is a expert layer. So just for knowledge purpose, I'm adding this. First is your CCNA. This is CCNA level. CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is the first level of your career. CCNA is the first level. Then we have the second level here. The second level is called CCNP. Cisco Certified Network Professional. This is the second level, Cisco Certified Network Professional. And the third level here is CCIE, Cisco Certified Internet Network Expert. This is the third level. I have studied till CCIE actually. I have done CCNA, CCNP as well as CCIE, Cisco Certified Internet Network Expert. So Cisco has divided their courses into 3 levels, NA, NP, IA. In 1990s actually, there was no CCNA, there was no CCNP. It was only CCIE. But it was very difficult for people to crack CCIE as a one course. Now, is it possible for anyone to go with school, college, masters, up to PhD at once? No, right? So what we have, our education system is first there is a schooling, then there is intermediate and bachelor's, then there is masters, and then there is PG. These are the steps we have, right? So once you do your PhD or whatever, PhD is the last thing, right? Once you do the PhD, you have, got everything what you need to get in education field. That is the last degree we have. So what Cisco has done, Cisco has divided their technologies into 3 layers. NA, that is associate level. As a fresher or as a 2-3 years of experience person, you are getting that much knowledge. NP is the professional level. Professional level means you are getting more knowledge compared to CCNA. And the last one is CCIE. CCIE means you are becoming expert here. You will learn each and everything. CCIE means you are becoming expert and you will learn each and everything. So NA, NP, and IE. These are the 3 levels we have from Cisco. So you are starting your career from CCNA routing and switching. In future, if you want to go with CCNP and CCI, you can go with CCNP and CCI. Or if you want to change your path and if you want to go with cloud computing or security or virtualization or something else, you can still go with the other path also. It's up to you. But at least you have to do CCNA in networking. At least CCNA. I have done CCI some years before. Right now, actually, I'm into cloud computing and virtualization and other technologies, but I have already covered CCI some years before. Done. I hope you understood the 3 levels of Cisco studies. So CCNA is mandatory for you to start your career in networking. CCNA routing and switching is mandatory. Okay, friends. I'm just taking some time here. I'm expecting some questions, some doubts here. So if there is something else, we will see. Else we'll move and just try to see the other things in our seminar. Okay, so how we are going to learn these courses? IP addressing, all those things is your calculations, mathematical calculations. So it will not be difficult for you to learn those things. Coming to practicals, we need to learn how to configure a router, how to configure a switch. All these things we need to learn. So can we get a router and switch in our home? That's not possible. Router and switches are very costly devices. Okay. So you know what we have here? We have a software here called Cisco Packet Tracer. So here it is called Cisco Packet Tracer. It's a simulation software. I'll share this software with you. So by using this software, what you can do? By using this software, you can take a router. You can take a switch here. You can take computer. You can take a server and you can make your own network. You can make your own network. Okay, so you can connect the devices with each other. Okay, I'll show you the existing network. Like I said, I have some classes that are running. So let me just go back to these classes. Let us say router. This many things I have covered in router. Coming to switch. Now see, this is a router here. This is a switch, and see, computers are connected here, server is connected. So this is what we are going to learn. By using this Cisco Packet Tracer software, you can learn each and everything easily. By using the Cisco Packet Tracer software, you can learn how to configure router switch in more details. Like this is a router. I'll go to CLI. I'll explain all these things. I'm not explaining this now because that is not the session for today. See, I'll change the name like host name. I'll enter the name here like, let's say India. That's it. This is one command here. By using hostname command, we can change the name of the router. So we are going to learn around 35 to 40 commands in CCNA. I repeat, we are going to learn around 35 to 40 commands in CCNA. So the commands will be like this. There is a command here called, like say, show IP route. This is one of the most important command we have. So I said show IP route here. So once I say show IP route, it will show something here. Or if I say like show running configuration, show run. This is again a very, very important command. So it will show you some output here. Okay. If I say show IP interface brief, it will show something here. If I say write here, it will do something. So I have just executed like 5-6 commands here. So like this, we can use totally like 40 commands. We are learning around 35 to 40 commands. So what we need to know here is we should know the command here and we should know what output we are getting after entering that command. That's it. And in case if you don't remember the command, just press a question mark here. Once you press a question mark, it will show you all the available commands in that machine. So there are many easy ways in which we can use the commands. I'll go to switch now. I'll go to CLI. Switch and router, the operating system that we have in switch and router, operating wise, they are completely same. See, I use the same commands in router also. I'm using the same commands in switch. Host name. Let us say host name as, let's say, India again. See, the name has changed. I'll say exit, show, run. See, I'm getting some output here. That means the commands we are learning around 40, but most of the commands are same between a router and a switch. Most of the commands are similar between a router and a switch. So these are the commands we need to learn and these are the outputs we have to see. So by using this software, we can do all practical. This software is very easy. Whatever computer you have, whatever laptop you have in your home or in your office, anywhere, you can simply install this software. You can do all practicals. I'll share this software in coming classes after some days, but this is the software using which we can do all practicals. Done. There is India here, there is Australia here, and there is Spain here. I just made communication between India. These colors are not mandatory. The blue, the sky blue color or the yellow color. I'm just making things look easier. See, this is again India, Australia, and Spain. We will make communication between India, Australia, and Spain. So like this, it works. So practical wise, I'll be sharing this software with you. I'll be showing each and everything to you so that you can do all practicals. I'll share all the commands there. I have already created a book where all the commands are written clearly. So I'll be sharing that book with you. This is the lab manual, actually, this one, with diagrams and commands and everything is there. I'll share all these things with you. Fine. So what are the advantages you have in learning this online class? First is each and every class is recorded class. Okay, recorded class will be provided to you from day number 1 to day number the last day. Each and every class is recorded. This class is recorded. This is a seminar, right? So it will be recorded, and this seminar will be uploaded on YouTube within like 2 hours. I repeat, this seminar will be uploaded on YouTube within like 2 hours. Okay, you can just go to the YouTube channel of Durgasoft and you can watch this video there. So the starting 3-4 classes will be uploaded on YouTube. After 3-4 classes, every class will be recorded again, and each class will be shared with you directly. Like, for example, if I go back to my previous classes, okay, like see here, folder shared with you. This is some MCSE class folder. You can just accept this invitation and see all these are classes here. All these are recorded classes. Each and every class is a recorded class. If I go to this recorded class, you can see here clearly. Done. Like this, the classes will be shared with you directly. Okay, so recorded classes will be there. That is the first thing. Second thing is you will get lab books to practice. Third one is you'll get softwares to do practicals. And the fourth thing is I have made some interview questions and answers. This interview questions and answers will help you a lot in facing the interview. These questions and answers will help you a lot in understanding the interview. Okay, so it will be very easy for you to face interviews. These are the advantages you have. We are not charging anything separate for the recorded classes. Normally institutes, they do this. We are not charging anything separate. Whatever you pay fees, in that fees only the recorded classes will come. Lab books as well as softwares as well as interview questions and answers, everything will come in the fees that you are going to pay. Okay, and totally the course will last for like 35 days, and these are some of the major topics. Again, I'm repeating, friends, these are just the major topics. You can see the complete curriculum. They will share the complete curriculum with you, so you can just go through this and you can see what we are learning in each and every topic. Okay, so I hope everything is fine now. I hope you understood what exactly is CCNA, why we need to learn CCNA, and what this CCNA, why this CCNA
So what is the
so
cost?
important. What is the
Cost?
Cost means you're talking about fees?
Yes.
Yeah, I just send a message in the chat box. Can you just see it, please? Fees I have already written in the chat box. Okay, and there is one more question here. Can you see these fees there? Saidip?
Yes.
Okay, that is the fees actually. So management will talk about the fees and all the details to you.
Okay.
Okay. And there is a question like, while doing BCA, I'll take this certification exam. No, certifications and exams, I'll come in the Tuesday class actually, Divakar, because it will take more time for me to discuss those things. When we start our demo classes, there I'll take some time. I'll discuss about certifications. As of now, I can say while pursuing any college, any degree, you should not go with the online certification of any course. First, finish your college, then go for the certification. Maybe it is like Linux exam or Windows exam or like Cisco exam or any cloud computing or any explicit exam. You should not write any online exam before you finish your college. The reason is college certification has no expiry date, but online examinations have expiry date. CCNA expiry date is CCNA exam is valid only for 3 years. Okay, I'll discuss this. I'll discuss all these things in our demo classes. Okay, but just for knowledge purpose, no need to go for like certification as of now. First, learn the course. See, certificate will not get you a job. Your knowledge will get you a job. Certification is there only to help you in a way. That's it. Your knowledge. See, if someone become a master, suppose someone has done MCA or he has done MBA, it's not a guarantee that that person will get a job, right? After getting MBA or MCA, do I get a job directly without any interview? Of course, no. I have to face an interview. So in that interview, they will ask you questions related to that particular job. So if you're applying for the networking job, then they will ask you the questions related to networking job. Yeah. So those interview questions I have created here, and every class, whenever we see a topic, actually, most of the times I'll just share the questions there itself. I'll say like, okay, this is the topic. This is what it will do. This is a way to configure all those things. This is a way to troubleshoot. Then I'll say, okay, these are the questions they will ask you from this particular topic. Interview questions will be same anywhere all over the globe. If someone is facing an interview in Australia, or if someone is facing interview in America, someone is facing interview somewhere in India, the interview questions will be same because the technology is same. Interview questions will not change. Okay, friends. So I hope the seminar was useful for you. I hope you have understood the things that you need to understand as a fresher to start your career. Anything else? I'm more than available for you.
और क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं? और क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं? हाँ?
Any doubt, Divakar? Any questions? Anything you have? So this is not the end of the seminar. Okay, this is the end of the seminar, but this is not the end of our meeting. Hopefully, we'll meet again on Tuesday with the demos and all those things. So whatever doubts you have, whatever questions you have, I am more than available. Like I said, you now, I'm waiting here only for you. Seminar is done actually. I'm waiting just for your questions and for your queries. And if there are no questions today, maybe when we come on demo, just try to make a note and hopefully you can clear all your doubts. See, I not only have the experience on networks, I have the experience on Windows Server administration, Linux administration, virtualization, as well as on cloud. So I'm into like multiple technologies. 13 years of career means you should learn many things, right? 13, 14 years is not a joke. So if you're in a field for like 12, 13, 14 years, you will be learning many things there. So I have experience on most of the things that I have said: Windows Server administration, Linux administration, networks up to like NANP, IE, security, virtualization, and cloud computing. So I have done many things till now in my career. Right now I'm into like cloud computing and virtualization. So in coming classes also feel free to ask it. See, in coming 2-3 classes only, you can ask a question from anywhere. Once we enter into
Sir,
the
excuse me.
yeah.
Sir, as you told now, like you have on cloud computing, right? So are you taking any cloud computing course, sir?
I'll be taking AWS courses.
So in that majorly like means actually I want some of this one, sir. I will tell that description. If you cover means I'm interested to take part in that. It's like S3 CloudWatch or CloudFront and this one Lambda Root S3 in AWS content. Is there available in that, sir?
Exactly. These are the common things that we learn in AWS.
Yeah, EC2 and this one CloudWatch, CloudTrail.
EC2, CloudWatch, VPC, Lambda, IAM. These are the topics. These are the major topics of our cloud computing. Again, we will share the document of cloud computing. We will share the curriculum, what we are going to learn. Okay, but yes, that is what you're going to learn in cloud computing. There is a topic called VPC. And that VPC.
VPC, RDS, and
exactly.
Simple notification service.
Yeah.
Guard duty, configuration, like basic understanding, everything.
Exactly.
So I actually am looking for this content, sir. If anything is available like that.
Yeah, it is available for sure. We are not only offering AWS, we are also offering Azure. So we are offering two technologies. Hopefully very soon we will offer Google Cloud also. But as of now, AWS as well as Azure we are offering. So management will talk to you, Saidi. Management will share all the details with you. What exactly you are learning in this cloud computing class.
What is my question is like just now I mentioned that
Yeah,
topic.
I'm saying we are going to cover all those things. But beside that, also
In
there are many
this course
topics.
only, sir.
Sorry.
In this course only we are going to cover.
This is our CCNA seminar,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
Saidi?
That is what. Okay, okay.
CCNA, how can we cannot cover those things, right?
Yes, yes, yes. That is
We,
what I got confused. Okay.
exactly. You know, I just said like I have experience on so and so technologies, so
Mhm.
so that you know you can feel much better in asking a question with me or asking a question to me. So that's what I said. This is CCNA, so we are learning about CCNA only. AWS will have a different class, a different seminar, a different course, and all the other things.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
That will be taken by you only, no, sir?
There are many trainers, so whenever there is a next batch, some other trainer can take, I
Okay,
can
sir.
take. So we have like many trainers here. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, friends. So I guess that's it for today. So like I said, the classes will start from Monday. Sorry, classes will start from Tuesday. I repeat, classes will start from Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. So whatever doubts you have, just try to make a note on a paper so that you can remember easily to clear that doubt. So it will be fun actually learning the courses. So don't pressurize yourself. If you are a fresher also, you are more than ready. Or if you are a fresher also, I'll make you ready within like 3-4 days to learn the courses. These courses are for everyone. People are planning to go for cloud computing. They should better have proper knowledge of IP addressing, routing concept, OSI reference model, NatPad. These all topics will come again in cloud computing. So if someone is having this knowledge, or if someone is not having this knowledge anyway, then he should go and learn these courses. That's it, friends. That's it for today, and see you on Tuesday again with the demo class. So in demo class, I'll be sharing more information about networks and all those things. So hopefully things will be again useful for you. Okay, thanks a lot for joining today, and see you again, and very good luck for your career, guys. Bye. Take care.